Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in for another video. Please try to overlook this background. I'm currently traveling right now and I didn't want to let too much more time elapse before I posted another video, so that's why the background looks like this. I didn't want to wait until I got home. Anyways, don't want to put any more disclaimers out or apologies. Um, I wanted to tell a quick story. This story actually just popped into my mind and I figured like, you know what? I should share this with my YouTube community, you know. Um and some of you probably know this story. If you know me personally, I probably told you this story. Um but anyways, I'll go ahead and get right to it. So back it's about the year 2020. I was a senior in college and there was a tree on the campus where I attended university. There was a tree that I used to sit at in the mall area or the quad, and I sat at this tree for years, uh, even before I was attending that university. I sat at this tree. I would spend time there. I always sat there to think, meditate, to pray, to eat, to fellowship, to just take rests and breaks. Sometimes I even slept there. This tree was like my um, kind of like my best friend in a way, but it was also like a shelter and just a place where I could have peace and just a place to just unwind and relax. Okay. Um, anyway, so one day in August of 2020, I was sitting at this tree and I was playing guitar and I looked a ways off and there was a young man who had, I guess he had a backpack on, but it wasn't a regular backpack. It was a backpack that was shaped like a tennis racket. And I didn't realize at the time that he had a tennis racket in his bag. I actually thought that it was a musical instrument, and that's why it caught my eye. But anyways, he was making eye contact with me, and he was standing about, maybe 75 to 100 feet away or so. And I just saw him making eye contact with me off in the distance, and I figured that he was a musician because again, I didn't realize he had tennis brackets, on in his bag. And so, anyways, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and I see that he's gradually approaching me. And so I'm thinking like, oh, this guy's gonna walk up and try to play music with me. Obviously, he's making eye contact, he's trying to get my attention. I didn't know, really what to expect, but I made some assumptions, and eventually he approached me. And then once he did, I realized straight away that he was not from around here. Like I realized that he was foreign. He was a foreigner. I didn't know where he's from. I didn't make any assumptions, but I realized that English was not his native language, and he was not familiar with the area or anybody around. Right. So, um, he simply proceeds to ask if he can listen to me play guitar. And, I'm like, oh, wow, I wasn't expecting this, but I was flattered and I proceeded to play. So I played and sung the song Best Part by Daniel Caesar. Some of you may know it. I sung this song, and the entire time I'm just singing and playing. I don't make eye contact. And then I finish, and I look. He's standing to my right the whole time, by the way. So I finish, I look to my right, and he's crying. He has tears in his eyes. And at this point, I'm a bit like taken aback because I'm like, whoa, that's pretty random. I was like, why is he crying? Did I do something to like trigger him or something? So I start to like feel bad, and uh, I kind of beckon him to come near me, and so he comes and he sits next to me, and I start patting him on the back, and I start apologizing. I don't know why I apologize, but it was just in me to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. And he was like, no, no, it's okay. Your music was beautiful. And when he said that, it touched me. I was like, wow, thank you, right? So, anyways, he proceeds to introduce himself and to tell me about himself and his life. And for the sake of, privacy, I won't reveal his identity or anything, but He was from a country in East Asia. He had just moved to the United States to attend college, and his English was not very good. He didn't have any friends. He was really struggling to fit in and to just, I guess, make the transition, right? And anyways, I was really interested in the country that he was from and the culture and the history of it. And so when he told me that he was from this country, I was not only amazed and fascinated, but excited. And so me and this guy, I kid you not, me and this guy, I guarantee you, like his English level, I don't know, I don't know, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how I could rank it. 10 being the best, I would say his English level was probably like a 3. Like his English was not very good, but I, I assure you, I promise you, we proceeded to have like a freaking 2 hour conversation sitting at that tree. And we talked about everything from culture to food to dreams and aspirations to sports, music, hobbies, interests, just language, everything. We talked about everything. And to this day, and even in hindsight, like it blows me away how easily we were able to connect because of art, because of that music that I was able to play for him, and because of his willingness to sit down and introduce himself and simply have a conversation, even though we could barely communicate. We sat there and we had to use Google Translate to have a full conversation and to explain things at some points in the conversation. Um, but yeah, just the beauty of that moment and the fact that it spurred a friendship that I still have to this day. Like we're still friends to this day. That was, yeah, 2 years ago, and we're still, in good contact, and we're very close, right? Um, he was able to be emotionally vulnerable and, very open with me about his situation and about his life. And, we both became better because of it. Um, I think the number one thing that this demonstrates is that no matter how different you are from someone, no matter how much you think you don't have in common with someone, there's always potential to connect with someone that you don't know, who you've never met, who you seem to have very little in common with. And, there's a lot of beauty in that. And there's a lot to learn in that we all share in this human experience, this human condition, you know. Um, yeah, so anyways, yeah, after that day, I guess it sort of revolutionized the way that I thought about people and the way that I thought about people who were seemingly different from me. And to this day, I can honestly say that I try my best to not even see characteristics. I'll make another video about that at another time. But yeah, I just wanted to share this story with you all. Thank you for watching. I hope that it's inspired you. I hope that it has maybe opened your eyes to something new. And if not, you know, so be it. Thank you for just taking the time to watch this long. So um, until next time, y'all have a good night. Well, it's night for me, or day, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.